Out of the Blue is a New Zealand film based off the massacre of Anamoana. This movie is a sort of true crime film that had a lot of controversy when it was being made because the residents of the small community in New Zealand didn't want this movie called Anamoana, so they had to change it, and they also didn't want any of the film filmed in the little community until they relented eventually. But this movie explores a man who loses it and uses an assault rifle on his neighbors. So the movie's first 45 minutes sort of focuses on that character. There's a couple of police officers and the neighbors of the victim. And the movie's very slow in this regard. It goes for the sort of realistic camera work, the shaky cam. And I'm trying to remember, I think The Bourne Identity came out in 2004, but that was Doug Liman. And The Bourne Supremacy came out in 2006, I think, or 2005, and that movie sort of adopted the faux documentary style handycam work, shaky cam. So this movie tries to do the same thing, and I didn't like it. And I don't know if he's copying the director of The Supremacy and Paul Greengrass style, but I didn't like the shaky cam for the first half of the movie. I felt it was really weak. And also, the movie is based off of reality. I can understand that, but there are some just asinine moments of the police officers, and I'm not trying to like insult their valor, but the characters in the movie have 3 separate chances to wound or kill the shooter who's already killed at least 10 people, and they don't, because either they're too, they're trying to give him a chance, or they're just nervous because, he's got an assault rifle, they have revolvers, but 3 different characters, 3 different shots, and they don't do anything. And it results in more deaths, more characters who are wounded that cannot be like taken out, bleeding to death. And if that's what happened in real life, then that's, awful. But the movie sort of, maybe smoothed that over a little bit, because it was just very infuriating to watch, a murderous madman with a gun almost get stopped multiple times, but not, and then it results in more deaths. And then they gave, people medals. And the second half of the movie is more taut. It's more of a, stakeout kind of thing to the final climax. The movie, I don't know why this movie was made. I just didn't like it. It just didn't sit well with me, Carl Urban's in the movie. That gives it a little bit of clout, but the direction's awful. I don't like the story. It's based off real life. I don't know what it's trying to say. The movie's not like trying to the message, I guess, would be that after this happened, New Zealand changed their gun laws. So I guess it's a movie about gun violence, and this doesn't feel like that, though. It just feels like a really shoddily made true crime thriller film with some terrible decisions made and bad direction and bad pacing. So Out of the Blue, I had this movie on my to-watch list for a really long time, so I finally found it, but I guess it just didn't sit well with me. I don't recommend it. So I give Out of the Blue a 3 out of 10.